Hi, I'm Ashley Cooley, a birth, baby, and sleep specialist and mom of 3. There's so much information out there, right? This show is dedicated to helping you clear out the noise so you can figure out what will work best for your baby and your family. If you're looking to learn more about your baby, gain more confidence in your parenting, and get as much sleep as you can through it all, you've come to the right place. Bringing up baby is about to get a little easier. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bringing Up Baby podcast. This is Ashley Cooley, owner of Birth Baby Sleep, and today I think we just need a little pep talk, okay? Quick little chat. I'm excited about this little pep talk because I hope I get through to as many people as possible, so please share this episode with anybody who has a baby who has short naps. I'm here to normalize this, you guys, okay? I know as a sleep consultant, and I've been in this business for 9 years or so, and short naps are like at the top of the list in terms of what I talk about, what people worry about, what people ask about. So we got to talk about it, okay? Number one, what is a short nap? What does that even mean? It's basically a nap that's roughly a half an hour, give or take. Sometimes we know exactly when our babies are going to wake up. You know, we see them fall asleep and at 28 minutes and 30 seconds on the dot, boom, they wake up. And it's not always 30 minutes, though that's most common. We see as little as 20 minutes. We see as much as 40 minutes. But what that quote unquote short nap is one sleep cycle's worth of sleep. What is a sleep cycle, you might ask? Well, a sleep cycle is when we're actually fluctuating between different states of deep sleep and light sleep. It takes roughly about 30 minutes. Usually when we fall asleep, we go into a deep sleep, come out of it into a lighter sleep. And that's often when babies will wake up, especially those after about 4 months of age. You know what I'm talking about? Because they are more alert, more aware. And when they get into this lighter state of sleep towards the end of that first or that one sleep cycle, they're becoming more aware of their surroundings. And what we know after 4 months, you guys all hear about it as the 4-month sleep regression, but really what's going on is this huge, huge developmental milestone where your baby's world just expands dramatically. And this is where they get FOMO. This is where it starts. If it hasn't already happened. But they can be more distracted with feedings. They can have short naps if they didn't used to have short naps. And it's just harder for them to kind of gear down and turn off because there's a big old world there to figure out. So that's why short naps are really, really common. They're especially common, what you might notice or have already noticed, when babies are, say, laying down in their own space, like in their crib or their bassinet. This is often when they'll have the shorter nap. So then we tend to think, okay, well, I need to go for a walk, a drive. I got to hold the baby. I got to do all the things to get them to sleep. And yes, you can. You don't have to, but those are great ways to get babies to sleep and to sleep for longer stretches. But here's something I got to tell you that might not make sense. But research actually tells us, it indicates that we get a better quality sleep when we're laying on a flat surface that's not moving, rather than being rocked or bounced or in the car or in the stroller or in the carrier when there's motion. Those are all fine, great things too, by the way, especially, babies in a carrier. Like, I don't mean to knock those things. I'm just saying that I know what we all notice, because I noticed it too with my kids. When we go for a walk or when we hold them or when we go for a drive or something, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times they'll get a longer sleep, a quote unquote better sleep. Got a better sleep because it was longer, right? And we could almost control how long it was. My husband and I used to have this joke. Actually, well, it's not a joke because it is true, but I can't believe that this is how we would communicate this or make this happen. He would be holding, especially noticed it with our third child. So he would be holding the baby. This would be like, I can remember a bunch of times it's around dinner time or something. And we're maybe making dinner or playing with the other 2 kids, whatever. And I can remember, because I was breastfeeding and feeling like, oh, I'd really like to feed the baby right now because then I have to do this and this and this after. And I'm feeling uncomfortable and I want to feed her. So I can remember saying to my husband, I don't know how many times, can you put the baby down so that she'll wake up, so that I can feed her, so that I can move on to other things? So putting them down is actually going to wake them up. Like, this is bonkers. This is backwards, right? It's backwards. But yet it's not, because why wouldn't your baby want to just stay with you or be in motion? And those are all the things that kept them comfortable and helped them to grow and become a human on the inside in the womb. So their instincts naturally go towards those things as being comfortable, safe, happy places where I can get a good long sleep. But sometimes there comes a time when we want to be able to put them down for, just for our own sake. Maybe we get a shower during that time. Maybe we get to eat during that time. Maybe we get to sit down and have a hot beverage at that time. Or maybe we just need to get stuff done. Like, it doesn't matter the reason, but if you're feeling like, oh, well, I can't put my baby down for sleeping because either they don't, or they're really short naps, or I have to do this, I just want you guys to know that it's normal. It's common. You're not doing anything wrong. You don't have to change anything either. What's ultimately important is that they sleep frequently enough for, their age, those wake windows, right? So if they're getting short naps, they're maybe getting more naps a day than not, but that's not a problem. Looking for the best for your baby? Atlantic Canada's Baby Store is here for you. Nurtured, which is right here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, has the best products for baby. The staff are so incredibly helpful, and they have the most top-rated car seats and strollers you won't find anywhere else. So whether you need expert advice or the perfect baby gear, Nurtured's got you covered. And guess what? Nurtured's giving Bringing Up Baby podcast listeners an exclusive deal. Get 15% off your order from nurtured.ca when you spend a minimum of $75 using code BUB, B-U-B. Brand exclusions apply, valid now through till November 30th, 2024. Nurtured, supporting your parenting journey every step of the way. If you're looking to change these short naps into longer naps, first of all, I want you to know that the only naps that really need to be longer are the first two, the first and second nap of the day. Those are, research tells us that those are mentally and physically restorative naps, whereas the third and or fourth nap or whatever's happening in the afternoon, those are meant to be cat naps. So, if your little one happens to sleep longer in the afternoon, no problem. That's not a problem. But if you're looking to help them maybe get some longer naps in there, or you want to focus on trying to get some longer naps, I would only worry about the first and or second one. I wouldn't worry about the afternoon ones. If they happen to have a short nap in the afternoon, no problem. You know why? Because their only purpose is to get them from the second nap or the midday nap to bedtime without totally losing their shit. So what's even considered a long nap is anything over an hour, my friends, because that would be 2 sleep cycles worth of sleep, which means baby would have gotten to that deep sleep, which all sleep, light sleep, deep sleep, all of the sleep is great and needed and necessary and important. But the deep sleep happens to be where they get like the quality of the sleep, like it's more restful and restorative. That's how they feel more rested and restored, is when they get more of that deep sleep. So at least 2 sleep cycles. So I always tell my families that I'm working with that anything over an hour of napping is considered a bonus and varies baby to baby. Like some will have an hour and a half or maybe 2-hour naps or maybe more. And others might be more closer to the hour mark or an hour and 15 minutes. And all of that is normal. And if or when you find that you're starting to put your little one down for naps, like in their crib, in their bassinet, or in that safe space, and you're noticing that they're having shorter naps than they would otherwise, maybe you just work on 1 nap a day for a little while. Or, on days like today that it happens to be raining and you're hanging out at home a little bit more, maybe that's when you focus on some crib naps and maybe they get some short naps in there. But the afternoon naps, I like to use those as what I call rescue naps. Like if the morning ones or the first 2 happen to be shorter, you're noticing babies looking and feeling a little bit more tired because of that. Maybe that's when you hold them or go for the walk or go about your day with errands and they sleep in the car or what have you. So use the afternoon naps to maybe catch up on sleep. I'm using air quotes. My gosh, how many times do I do that? But just because you can't really catch up on sleep, but it can help them feel more rested towards the end of the day, which is only going to help them at bedtime and overnight. So I hope that was clear, guys. I'm really hopeful that we can sort of normalize short naps, not be too focused or disappointed if we're trying to get longer naps, but they're still short. There could be other reasons for that. And I'm always excited and happy to talk about it. So feel free to find us on Instagram at birthbabysleep. You can join our free Bringing Up Baby community, which you could find at birthbabysleep.ca or link in the show notes. Our VIP membership is where we talk all the time about sleep and have a bunch of pre-recorded sessions that you can check out as well for all ages of babies under about, 18 months to 2 years or so. But we never leave the big kids out. There's always some older siblings that might need a little hand from now and again. Anyway, just saying, guys, find us at birthbabysleep.ca. We're at birthbabysleep on Instagram. And we like chatting. We like helping you out with sleep. So I hope this was helpful and have a good one. If you're looking for more information or support along your parenting journey, check out birthbabysleep.ca. That's where you're going to find prenatal classes, postpartum and new baby resources, and sleep support during the childhood years. Lastly, but certainly not least, if you got something out of this episode or our show in general, leaving a rating or a quick review goes a really long way to helping others find us. So please consider leaving one. That's all for now. I'm Ashley Cooley, and we'll see you back here next time.